In a very busy bus station located within a city, there once lived a poor beggar. Every single day he would earn his living by asking for money from the many travelers who were constantly coming and going through that crowded place. One day, while he was out begging just as he did every single day of his life, he happened to see a tall, clean and very elegantly dressed gentleman walking down the street. He thought to himself that this man must surely be a very wealthy and successful person. If he were to ask him for some help, he might receive a very significant amount of money. So, the beggar stepped forward and began asking him for some alms in a hopeful voice. That tall gentleman came to a complete halt. He stared very intently at the beggar, and then he said, "It seems that you are constantly asking for money every single day. Have you ever, in your entire life, been given anything at all to anyone?" The beggar, with a deep sense of regret, responded, "Oh, respected sir, I am nothing more than a humble beggar myself. What earthly possessions or gifts could I possibly have to offer?" The tall, imposing man then spoke with a grave and serious tone. "If you are truly unable to give anything back to the world, then you possess no right whatsoever to receive anything from it. I am a professional businessman, and I firmly believe in the simple principle of give and take. If you happen to have something valuable to offer me, then I will be able to give you something in return." After saying these words, the man boarded a passing bus and departed immediately. The poor beggar was left standing there all alone, watching him go. But the words spoken by that man resonated deeply within his very soul. He began to wonder if perhaps the reason people refused to give him any charity was because he had nothing of value to offer them in return. But what could a person like me ever give to anyone? I am nothing more than a poor man who stands here with completely empty hands. For 2 entire days and nights, he remained lost in these very thoughts, wondering what he could possibly do to change his life. On the 3rd day, as he was sitting in a corner of the bus station, his gaze fell upon some old pens scattered on the ground near a junk shop. Some of them, he observed, looked like they could be quite useful after just a little bit of cleaning. A wonderful idea suddenly flashed across his mind. Why shouldn't I take all of those old pens, clean them up very carefully, and then offer them to people in return for the charity that they give me? He went out and collected several pens, spent a lot of time cleaning them up, and on the very next day, when a passing traveler offered him some alms, he expressed his sincere gratitude and placed a perfectly clean and shiny pen right into the traveler's hand. The traveler, astonished, smiled and said, "This is truly a remarkable thing." Time continued to pass. Now, every single morning, the beggar would collect old pens from the junk dealer, meticulously clean each one, and then, instead of asking for alms, he would distribute them among the people. Pretty soon, people started to really like the way he was behaving. Now he began to receive much more in charity every single day than he ever did before, because people were under the impression that he would surely give something back to them in return. One day, that very same tall man happened to pass by that same bus station once again. The beggar immediately rushed over to him and said, "Sir, today I have a very special pen that I would like to give to you. If you would be so kind as to give me something in return, then this pen will be a wonderful gift for you." That individual smiled, gave him some charity, and taking the pen, he spoke. "Well, look at this. It seems that today you have also become a merchant yourself." Upon hearing these words, a sudden bright glow appeared on the face of the beggar. He felt an immense sense of joy and happiness. From that day forward, he stopped thinking of himself as a mere beggar and began to see himself as a professional pen merchant. In just a few short months, he had managed to save up enough money that he could purchase a small wooden cart for himself, and he began selling brand new, inexpensive pens along with various small stationery goods. 6 months after that, the very same tall man arrived once again in that very same city. At that moment, he was also quite busy attending a professional business meeting. While at the bus station, a gentleman dressed in a formal suit approached him, offered a greeting and asked, "Sir, do you recognize me? We have actually met each other once before." The man felt a little bit surprised by this. "My apologies, but I do not recognize you at all."
The person standing before me said with a laugh, "The first time, by offering me nothing at all, you spoke the truth. And the second time, you provided me with something in exchange for a single pen. I am indeed that very same beggar who is currently managing a thriving stationery business." Then that tall man also broke into a smile and said, "So you have truly put my words into practice. You have finally understood the real meaning of give and take." "Sir," the beggar replied with a gentle smile across his face, "you have taught me what is surely the most valuable and precious lesson of my entire life. You once explained to me that until we are willing to give something to others, we do not have the right to take anything back. In the beginning, I truly believed that I had absolutely nothing of value to offer anyone. But when I actually made an effort, I discovered that I have things like respect, sincerity, and hard work, which are certainly no less than any precious gift one could ever receive. When I started giving away old pens, I realized people weren't giving me charity, but paying for my sincerity, my thoughts, and my passion. I changed my mindset, and my life changed." He fell silent for a moment. Then, taking a deep breath, he said, "Today, I consider myself a merchant because I don't just ask, I also give. I may not possess great riches, but I have abundant respect, and that truly is my most valuable asset." The two of them exchanged smiles, looking at each other, and then proceeded to go their separate ways. My dear friends, there is a profound lesson that we can all take away from this particular story. Within this narrative, that tall merchant possessed a remarkable understanding of the principles governing transactions. All the world's most successful entrepreneurs achieved their remarkable success by embracing this very fundamental principle. He then took the time to explain this exact same powerful principle to a humble beggar. The beggar, in turn, wholeheartedly integrated this inherent natural principle into the fabric of his daily life, and its profound, transformative impact soon became strikingly evident in his entire existence. He completely transformed his mindset, and as a direct consequence, his entire life was utterly revolutionized. This story teaches us a valuable lesson. If we are willing to change our way of thinking, we can achieve anything. If we constantly perceive ourselves as small, then we will truly remain small forever. To truly become great, we absolutely must cultivate a grander vision in our minds and genuinely perceive ourselves as magnificent individuals. The profound essence of this entire narrative is that genuine success is always intricately hidden within the very fabric of your own mindset. Awaken your inherent potential, elevate your aspirations to new heights, and then just observe how you effortlessly ascend to the very pinnacles of achievement.